May 1954, the thoughts of Salvationists the world over turned to London. London with its familiar landmarks, such as Big Ben, Westminster Abbey, the ancient River Thames, and St. Paul's Cathedral, famous and near neighbour of the Army's international headquarters. The Royal Festival Hall, London's newest landmark, in which General Albert Osborne conducted many memorable meetings and from where he bade farewell to active service. To this great city come the leading officers of the Salvation Army, who form the High Council for the purpose of electing a successor to General Albert Osborne. First, the High Council members go to the Army's Trading Centre in Judd Street to be privately received by the retiring General and Mrs. Osborne. Over lunch at Judd Street, they exchange experiences and renew friendships. The Central Hall, Westminster, is the headquarters of the Methodist Church and a favourite place for Salvation Army gatherings. A public welcome has been arranged here for the High Council members, and many Salvationists arrive for this special meeting. The retiring General, addressing the meeting, says, "We are vitally interested in the business that brings these people together. It is the election of a new General. And so, comrades of the High Council of 1954, I dedicate you to the purpose of God at this time, and commend you to divine guidance." The high tower of the William Booth Memorial Training College on the south side of the city overlooks the pleasant gardens surrounding the Assembly Hall, to which the High Council now move for the official welcome at international headquarters. In the Assembly Hall, the High Council members are received by the General and introduced to a company comprising the leading officers of Great Britain, including a number of retired commissioners, two of whom graciously accord their greetings and good wishes with promise of prayers for God's guidance. Sunbury Court, situated on the banks of the Thames, some 17 miles from London, is the official meeting place of the High Council. Members begin to arrive. Commissioner Wilfred Kitching arrives first. He is followed by Commissioner Dalzell, Commissioner Ebbs, Commissioners Macmillan, John J. Allen, and others. Guards are posted at the entrances, and they check the identity of all arrivals. Their smiles are in contrast to the heavy and strenuous task awaiting them. Commissioner Ebbs, who is responsible for arranging that the press have every facility for reporting the progress of the High Council meetings, chats with members as they arrive at Sunbury. On such occasions as this, the press have special accommodation so that they can be on the spot to meet each one of the members. The High Council consists of the Chief of the Staff, Commissioners John Allen, Macmillan, Ebbs, J.B. Smith, Simpson, Moffat, Marshall, Dray, Culshaw, Lord, Bladin, Tuckya, Bigwood, Sundin, Janet Allen, Emma Davies, Irene Perron, Derman, Muir, James, Bates, Lieutenant Commissioners Hammond, Clay, Holland French, Arlberg, Beckey, Ham, Mitchell, Hughes, Coots, Bevan, Sandals, Colonels Jakobsen, Holbrook, Sallis, Cashlin, and Woods. Mr. Frost, the Army's legal advisor, arrives for this important and historical gathering. But before they commence their deliberations, the High Council members talk to each other informally about their great task and pose for the persuasive and persevering lady photographer. The prayer room is used by High Council members seeking God's guidance in making their important decisions. Inside the council chamber, the members are preparing to elect a new general who will be the seventh in succession to the founder, General William Booth. First, they must choose their own officials. Commissioner Dalzell is elected president. Commissioners Tuckya and Emma Davies are appointed vice presidents. Commissioner Culshaw is the recorder, and his assistant is Lieutenant Commissioner Mitchell. The High Council comes into being for the sole purpose of electing a new international leader for the Salvation Army. At such a meeting, which is held in secret, nominations for this important post are called for. The final ballot is taken at later sessions, and the nominee receiving a two-thirds majority of votes becomes the new general. When this is done, the council disbands. The preliminary meeting is over, and the members gather outside for the taking of an official photograph. A motor coach takes members to the Mansion House to be received by the Right Honourable the Lord Mayor of London, Sir Noel Bowater. Inside the Mansion House, Commissioner Edgar Dibdin, Chief of Staff, introduces members to the Lord Mayor, who shows great interest in the Army by asking many questions about its work and its problems. Back at Sunbury, the High Council meetings continue. The nominations are decided, And here are three of the nominees: Commissioner Kitching, Commissioner Marshall, and Commissioner Lord. Meanwhile, the present members of the Separate and Permanent Advisory Council pose for a photograph. This council was formed in 1947 by General Osborne for study, research, and guidance. The Chief of Staff, Commissioner Dibdin, walks with his predecessor, Commissioner John J. Allen. The office staff find a few minutes in which to relax. But soon they have to return to their office, because a postman is bringing another heavy load of mail for their attention. And a messenger arrives from international headquarters bringing dispatches requiring consideration and decisions affecting army operations in many lands. The Secretariat is fully occupied with many special and urgent jobs resulting from the High Council's deliberations. The dispatches are delivered to Colonel Pallant, head of the Secretariat. The private secretary to the Chief of the Staff, busy with vital army work that must go on in spite of the important preoccupation of the Chief. Others, too, assist with the many clerical duties which must keep pace with the daily meetings of the High Council. The telephone operator is fully occupied with many important calls. The final vote gives the necessary two-thirds majority to Commissioner Wilfred Kitching, who thus becomes the Army's 7th international leader. The new general is the son of the late Commissioner Theodore Kitching, who was the private secretary to the Army's founder and first general, William Booth. In his first message to the Army after his election, he says, "You have bestowed upon me a great honor. How can I be unmoved? I can do no other than believe that God has been working out his purposes. I see the Army flag with its motto, Blood and Fire, in the center. If I am permitted to make but one charge on this occasion, it would be to ask that we shall all, without reserve, give ourselves afresh to maintain the standards that this flag speaks of, and to see always that in every activity, blood and fire, or in other words, Calvary and Pentecost, evangelism and holy living are central in our message. I humbly accept the tremendous trust bestowed upon me. May God make me worthy, and may he help us together in the name of Christ to extend the borders of his kingdom. Salvation Army, Army of God, onward to conquer the world with fire and blood."